After a rocky debate performance, analysts are saying that this could potentially be the beginning of the end for the Bloomberg 2020 campaign. The billionaire and former New York City mayor is taking an unconventional strategy when it comes to this election. He decided to completely forego New Hampshire, Iowa, and all the early primary states and strictly focus on Super Tuesday on March 3rd. He's investing heavily and it's a risky strategy, but there's actually something that we can learn from his campaign. His poll numbers are skyrocketing, he's leading in Florida, and it got him onto the debate stage. So in this video, we're going to be discussing Bloomberg's campaign strategy and how you can actually apply it to your own business to get maybe sales, more attention, better branding, and leads. And so we're going to be discussing that in today's video and going well into depth of what he's doing and how he's using social media to garner all this attention. Many Democrats and Republicans alike are accusing Bloomberg of attempting to buy the election, and Sanders has said that he's spending millions of dollars to simply flat out buy the election. Sanders has said, how do we feel about living in a so-called democracy when a billionaire multiple times over can do something like this? He also called out other candidates by saying, how do we feel about other candidates taking money from billionaires? Bloomberg capitalized on the chaos in Iowa by spending at least $10 million on a 60-second ad during the Super Bowl. Bloomberg is casting himself as the moderate who can beat Trump, and he doubled his advertising spending ever since Biden started to fall. He's urging other donors to simply donate to the Democratic Party even if he's not the candidate, just to try to beat Trump. Bloomberg is campaigning in later voter calendar states like Oklahoma, Colorado, California, and Pennsylvania, and he's already visited all these Super Tuesday states. Bloomberg State's director has said that they're engaging voters daily with Bloomberg's record on key issues, and has said that he is the strongest candidate out of the entire Democratic field. They have said that they're focused on winning delegates in Super Tuesday and focused on beating Donald Trump in November. Bloomberg's campaign ballooned to 2,100 people, with 1,700 in the states and 400 in the main New York City headquarters. While other campaigns have staff in the hundreds, the campaign has already opened over 125 offices. Democratic Party officials have said that he is going to be a major factor moving forward, being he has so much money to spend, endless amounts, and he even spent money on advertising in New Hampshire even though he wasn't on the ballot there. And undecided voters and independents are even shifting towards Bloomberg even though the crowded Democratic field has started to dwindle down. Voters are saying he's a very accomplished, self-made man and he doesn't have a retail politics approach. Some are not so sure, but the question always comes up, and it's something that candidates and voters alike are consistently preaching, the fact that he is trying to buy this election. Elizabeth Warren was asked at one of the recent debates, and she had said that no candidate should be able to buy their way into winning the nomination or the presidency of the United States. And candidate Amy Klobuchar has said that voters don't want someone richer, and you have to be able to earn votes, not buy them. So even though he may have gotten in late to the race, he is using this eyebrow-raising social media approach to attempt to gain some ground. He's been using these memes, putting his face in a meatball and shouting out Tostitos tortilla chips, and this is really baffling the public, but it is getting the conversation going. Posts about Lady Gaga and Secret Service code names were conveying this idea to the public that his account was being hacked, but it wasn't. This is his approach. And the internet wasn't sure whether his post of a video showing him holding Big Gay ice cream was a sponsored ad or just showing how much he likes the New York City ice cream chain.
Where's my ice cream? Ah, thank you. Big Gay ice cream is the best.
But before any of these unusual social media posts cause you to take a pause or send a screenshot to your friends, you have to realize that his campaign is doing the job. Not only are they just posting on social media like most candidates do, but they're specifically creating a kind of content that causes you to respond and take notice of the former New York City mayor. It's no secret Bloomberg can afford to spend, and he has a personal net worth of over $62 billion compared to where Trump was during the 2016 campaign, with an estimated net worth of between $3 and $5 billion. Bloomberg is seemingly trying to replicate and emulate Trump's social media strategy. Trump made this very famous. He spent over $20 million on Facebook ads alone. Bloomberg has spent even more than Trump, and he's really trying to broaden his campaign by spending it on different platforms, which has really seemed to be working because these posts and content are really going viral. Instagram has a multi-billion-dollar influencer marketing industry, and Bloomberg is really proving that to be effective in the use of his campaign. Bloomberg has poured in over $415 million between TV, local, radio, and Facebook and Google ads. This is more than the top 4 leading Democratic candidates combined. And at one point early in February, Bloomberg's campaign team was spending more than $1 million per day on just Facebook ads. An official for Bloomberg's campaign has said that they're not just trying to push a canned generic statement to voters, that they're really trying to do something unique. He said, not only are we reaching folks online, but we're reaching them on any platform that meets their needs. But his diverse team has gone beyond just simply sending out zany messages and tweets. As first reported by the Bloomberg campaign themselves, they were attempting to reach out to smaller influencers to create content for their campaign. The Bloomberg campaign offers a fixed $150 fee to influencers to show and tell why Bloomberg is the candidate who can change our country for the better, and the influencer also has to state why you personally actually like the candidate. But the influencers are obligated not to parody, disparage, make an adverse comment, or make fun of the team and campaign that they're being employed by Bloomberg. Some of the biggest Instagram meme accounts were targeted, and Instagram meme accounts were promoting Bloomberg-sponsored content. The accounts were posting what appeared to be a direct message conversation on Instagram with Bloomberg himself personally. In that DM conversation meme, he either requests a sponsored ad or shares some kind of a dad joke or flaunts how much money he has. This is a super rare approach to political campaigns on Instagram. And in lieu of these sponsored posts, Instagram has had to roll out new rules for accounts when it comes to sponsored political ads. Instagram influencers will now be required to use the platform's branded tools and tags to clearly indicate that this is a paid, sponsored piece of content. So although the meme blitz has gotten praise from some, it's not exactly resonating with everyone. One of the largest meme accounts on Instagram, Tanked Sinatra, had a comment from another very popular meme account, The Fat Jewish, and The Fat Jewish said in the comments, "Tank, you're a beautiful man, but this is an L," and you can see that right here. Bloomberg's campaign has said that this is a powerful approach to competing with Trump's massive digital operation. But it's unclear what Bloomberg's campaign tactics are doing with younger Democratic voters who have a field of 8 candidates currently to choose from. Bloomberg, for the first time, recently qualified for a debate. He was on the stage last week and he's gaining massive ground. A new Democratic national poll has him in 4th place. So between memes and influencer outreach and an outlandish social media presence is allowing him not only to resonate and connect with millennials, but Generation Z as well. It's no secret that Democratic voters are upset with Trump, and so Mike Bloomberg has also taken aim at Trump in this kind of content that he's doing. Another example of an unorthodox post from the Bloomberg campaign, they posted a video of Trump speaking at the State of the Union address with a dancing gingerbread standing next to him engulfed in flames. His social media strategy has been emphasized the most when he pushes his stances on social issues like the LGBT community and climate change. So on the same day that he posted that video of him eating the big gay ice cream was the same day that he rolled out his position on LGBT equality. Bloomberg proposes on his website to expand LGBTQ+ rights and health care, and he also plans to address the hate crimes that have been perpetrated on the community. But on that same day that he rolled out his plans for LGBT rights, BuzzFeed also reported a video that was uncovered from 2019 of him referring to a transgender person as an it, and also referred to that person as a guy wearing a dress. Elizabeth Warren greatly attacked Bloomberg at the Nevada debate, and let's just say it gained some attention.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg. Democrats are not going to...
Since then, campaigns and voters have attempted to dox and exploit the candidate by attempting to take him down with history of workplace harassment. Bloomberg's former stance on stop and frisk also didn't help him very well with the debate and Democratic voters. However, we can use his unique campaign approach in our own branding and business. Influencer marketing is a very smart way to put out your product or service or brand in front of millions of people. Influencers allow you to post paid sponsored content right on their accounts, so that way you can get in front of people that you would have never been able to get in front of. Usually the way it works is influencers say that you can have a paid sponsored post or video up for a certain amount of hours, and you can pay a certain fee based on those hours. Influencers also may offer to post directly on their account or on their account story, so that way you can get in front of people that way as well. Influencer marketing is a massive industry and is something that we could greatly take advantage of and find great value in. So if you are struggling with leads and sales and you're struggling to get your product or service in front of people, you could actually turn to this method of advertising that is very, very effective. The reason it's so effective, especially when it doesn't actually look like your paid sponsored post is a sponsored post is because these people that follow these popular pages already have a built up from the ground relationship over many years in most cases with these accounts. So people trust when they see that your product or service or whatever it is that you might be marketing or selling is on these accounts, and this builds up instant rapport with those people. Let's say you're selling a product that costs, say, $10, we'll round it off, and it costs $100 for your sponsored post to be on Instagram for a few hours. You could instantly make that back with 10 sales. So anything after those 10 sales, you have now officially been in profit, and you can rinse and repeat this with many different accounts across the board. There's no shortage of influencers on Instagram. There's so many accounts and niche accounts as well. For example, if you're into fitness and health and wellness, you'll find great value in potentially paying for sponsored ads when it comes to fitness influencers. And these accounts are happy to place your ads and have your content on there for a fixed number of time, because this is how they make money themselves. So definitely look into influencer marketing, and also just the idea in general of using social media to your advantage. Social media, if you're not using it already and you're not putting your content out on all these different platforms, this is a great way to take advantage of the modern age to get in front of so many millions and even hundreds of millions of people. It'll be very interesting to see how Bloomberg does on Super Tuesday when that's the first time he's on the ballot. But I hope you enjoyed that video. If you got value out of it, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, smash that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos from my channel, I post videos every single week covering business, finance, entrepreneurship, and strategies and tips and tricks from my own experience. Be sure that you subscribe. I post videos every single week without fail. And if you'd like to be notified so that you're the first in line to see that video before anyone else can, be sure that you hit that little notification bell as well so that you're notified every time I make a new one. See you in the next video.